And hello! And hello, players. It's been a while. First of all, to those watching, if you haven't noticed, 2 of our past episodes were without sound. That was my fault. That was me being very tired and not checking what I was supposed to do. Since then, 2 small videos have gone up, basically with a general summary of what happened. If you want to know exactly what was said and exchanged, well, unfortunately, you'll have to learn how to read lips, because there is no way to get that, whatever was that back. But, in the meantime, a small summary, helpful to players and to the GM. So, let's get started. Where were we? Anybody can tell? Come on, I know you saw the summary, so.
We're on a bridge.
You were on a bridge!
Talking with,
Well, no, you're not talking with anyone yet, just
well,
yet.
no, seeing a creature. It's on a bridge with a lot of weird heads.
Yes. Okay.
The former kings from this place, if I remember well.
So, this. Let's get back in. Let me give you the description here. This flat wood plank bridge, which spans an arm of the lake, is lined on one side by rows of bullywug heads on wooden spikes. At the center of the bridge, a small figure sits with its feet dangling over one side. The figure appears to be talking to itself in bemoaned tones, but then the severed bullywug heads nearby erupt in a cacophony of voices, some indignant, others sympathetic. A few more distant row said, "What? I can't hear what they said!" As you step sort of forward, right, just before maybe stepping onto the bridge, you can hear actually the scarecrows speak. It sort of starts mid-sentence with, losing one's head is something I know too. I mean, I used to have such a glorious head before Agdon took it. I've had to settle for this one. It took quite a bit of choosing. One of the bullywugs ahead sort of interrupts it. Ha! Never would have happened under my reign. This Gullop 19 is a weakling, not fit to rule. Another bullywug says, and yet he deposed you just like that. No, but he is right. First the escaped prisoner, then the fire. I wouldn't surprise if a coup were in the works. I heard the prisoner had help. From one of the king's knights, no less. Just can't find good and loyal help these days. And the others sort of chatter, each sort of trying in to sort of slip in one of their words. And you can hear this chattering going on about. All of it, how back in the day, things were better. Under their rule, things were better. And things have just gotten worse and worse after every single coup. So, what do you do?
Should we just go talk to the scarecrow thing?
I guess so. And because you proposed the idea and I nudge him very gently, well, you can go first. I'll be behind you.
I think you step. So Tavaren, you step forward.
Yep, sure.
As you step forward, go ahead. Yeah, you want to say something?
Let's go. Hello, Mr. Sir. Hi.
As you step forward, there's a sort of a creak in the plank bridge, and immediately all heads, including the gourd, sort of spins in your direction, sort of clocking you maybe for the first time, and so the hello, says the scarecrow, and all the others look at you, Tavaren, and then turn to each other, and they just go. The croaking, sort of the murmurs around them.
Hi.
As soon as you say anything, all of them right back to you.
Yes. So, hello. My name is Tavaren. Though people around here seem to recognize me as a monarch from the Carnaval.
He's a monarch. Yes, monarch.
May we pass this bridge?
Oh, I'm not a guardian or anything. I'm just here talking to people who have lost their... Well, from one person who lost their head to people who have not. Who have kept their heads and lost the rest.
What about those who have both lost them and keep them?
Well, they're the lucky ones, I guess. No, I'm Clapperclaw. Hello.
What?
Clapperclaw.
Hello, Mr. Clapperclaw.
So this
hello.
would be... Wait, let me get you... Let me get you just a quick reminder of what this little one looks like. There we go. And you, as he sort of says hello, sort of jumping up onto his feet, you can hear this sort of metallic jangling coming from inside the gourd that serves as his head. Is when he turns, it's like it's shaking a bag of pennies. Hello.
Hi.
Are you here to see the king?
So,
I suppose.
Indeed.
Here
Yeah.
to see the king. Here to see the king. Here to see the king. Traveling monarch. Oh yes.
Yes, the one monarch to another, right?
Oh, of course. You'll find him on the other side of the bridge.
Okay. So we can pass the bridge then?
I don't see why not.
Okay. Good.
But, Mr. Clapperclaw, if I may ask, what happened to your head?
Oh. You see those, so that metallic sort of claw sort of comes in and scratches a little bit the gourd. It was... Well, it was glorious, you see. A great stag's head with great antlers on either side. But unfortunately, this miscreant by the name of Agdon came and took it.
Oh. Well, you will be relieved to know that he's no longer a threat.
Oh?
Yes, he has been recently appropriately dealt with.
What does that mean?
Tamed.
Tamed, huh? I can appreciate that. But doesn't mean that I can. Does it mean that I can find my head? That you found my head?
I don't think so.
Unfortunately not.
Ah, well,
But
it'll turn up.
Yeah.
Things usually do. I mean, this is the domain. This is the place where lost things are found, right?
What does it look like?
Well, we've heard.
The
Yes.
stag's head with antlers?
Yes. You are 100% sure, as you went through the loot pile, that there was no stag skull with antlers. You're 100% sure that you did not see it at Brigand's Tollway.
Yeah, it must be at the witch's house.
Could be. Yeah.
Well, Agdon always said that the good stuff always went to...
Yeah.
to the hag. So
Yes.
Yep, it's possible that the hag has it.
No. Oh well. If she has it, well, uh, I'll see. Maybe she'll get bored of it. She's not
Maybe.
one. It,
But we're heading towards her as well.
oh,
So, if we do find it.
oh. Well, do you mind? Do you mind if I tag along then?
I mean, I have no objection.
I can be helpful,
I'm sure you will.
and I
Ken.
can also stay out of the way if you need me to.
Yeah. Are you not afraid of the hag?
Dreadfully.
But you still wanna come?
Well, I can follow you along until the moment you go into the... I'm not going inside her hut. That's definitely not going to happen. No. But I can stay outside.
We are not asking you to come inside.
Say that again.
And we are not asking you to come inside.
Good. That means I won't have to say no.
well then, I see no objection.
Good.
No?
Oh, have you met the king here?
I have.
And how is he?
All of the other sort of, well, according to these folk, pretty much like all the others. And then you have an uproar of outrage coming from every single head on a pike. Nah, well, hey, Gummy, look at it. He sort of turns to the head and says, "Look at it. Soon enough, he'll be one of you." And then there's a pause and general acknowledgement from the rest of the... You can see that there's maybe something along the lines of 50 to 60 pikes. All of them with heads of bullywugs going from fairly fresh to old and skeletal, to some all the way in the back that maybe just don't have a pole yet, where you just see that maybe sort of... Let's put it this way. You can see up to 20 feet. You do not see the last row of these bullywug spikes clearly.
Right.
So there might be even more behind.
Yeah.
Right, so,
Yeah.
So, is that like a tradition that's whenever there's a new king, that's the old king's head gets cut off?
Oh, the Soggy court is very, very strong with regards to tradition, and so I think so.
Right.
The one of the others, this said, yes, tradition is key, which is why this Gullop 19th will not last very long.
I have a question though. Was it worth it?
Well, one must do for the honor of the court.
That's not what I asked. Was it worth it?
The general one, there's a I think there's a level of incomprehension as to what you're asking.
Being stuck without a body, talking stuck with each other like that.
Huh.
Was it worth it?
I think they start sort of chattering, murmuring among each other, at which the scarecrow sort of comes up to you, sort of this time sort of whispering, sort of almost sort of clumps up. The scarecrow's about Plum size, right? comes up to you and says, they would tell you that they hate being up there like that, but they are incredible gossips anyways. And so, now I think they're happy where they are. You know what they say about, I think they're very happy at being miserable.
That is oddly reassuring.
They're great gossip mongers. They know everything that's going around here.
All right. I mean, I guess there's a destiny for everyone.
Absolutely. But if you're going to meet the king, well, that's... And he points towards the other end of the bridge. That'll be that way. I think he's holding court right now.
Go on
Okay.
then.
Well, let's go then.
Okay, well,
Let's
go.
not miss the court.
Okay, let's see. Do I have... Ah, yes. I think it'll come up. Can I... Huh, how can I do this? No. Okay, no, I'm just I'm sorry, I'm trying to find... an image, but that will come in later. Okay, feel free to move forward if you wish. As you pass by, there's definitely Tavaren. There's definitely a murmur about monarch, traveling monarch, and sort of a tradition and that kind of thing. As you step onto into the mount, are the others following, or are you just
Following.
Yeah, that's our group token, I guess, so...
No. You have your individual tokens.
Wait,
No.
we're just... Yes.
There's
Wait,
only the
am
butterfly
I-
token.
Am I on a different map than you guys? Like,
Yeah, no, I only
Yes.
see the butterfly
Yeah,
token.
same. Oh,
Ah.
okay.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
oh, you were on the wrong side, wrong end of the map.
Yes.
My bad.
Yes,
Makes
this
more
is what you
sense
saw. Yeah.
right now.
Is Clapperclaw coming with us?
Yes, so assume that Clapperclaw will be always sort of beside you, or sort of just behind you, following. You've also noticed that they've got this sort of satchel, sort of sailcloth satchel, from which there are strands of straw or sort of vegetation sticking out.
Oh, while we cross the bridge, Tavaren,
Yes.
do you have any form of last name, or is it just Tavaren?
Well, I mean, I took the name Morning Runner when I came to the university.
Mm.
But no,
Alright.
that one I kind of came up with myself.
Morning Runner, it's very nice name.
I like mornings.
Wait a
Good
minute.
Better than Duskwalker.
Duskwalker is also
Duskwalker would,
different vibe.
yeah, a different vibe, maybe more appropriate for considering your origins, but we'll get to that at another date. As you step on, so you see before you a grand marble gazebo stands atop a mound of soggy earth. Its white stone streaked with green with the green
Zebo,
algae.
I attack it.
Ah, yes. Well,
Sorry.
this is not the dread gazebo. This one is tame. I assure you. The support pillars have sunk into the muck unevenly, so the dome canopy now sits askew. Short steps ring the gazebo, leading to a raised floor with bullywugs dressed in shabby clothing lounging on pillows. Among them, a harpist sends forth delicate notes that mingle with the murmured croaking of the gathered nobles. On a dais, a flabby bullywug wearing a crown of woven lily flowers sits on an ornate throne with his legs folded under him. He has a large leather-bound book open across his lap and is mouthing the words he reads on the page. Do any of you do anything?
Is there any form of awareness that we've arrived to recognizing or just someone who looks
if
at us?
anyone
or
paying
no?
attention.
Yeah.
Wait, let me. There we go. Here. So you can see the Bullywug Knight, and I will. Here we go. This is at the center here, King Gollop the 19th.
And a retainer.
And a retainer, of course. Of course. The sort of without looking, as you sort of step in, there's nobody sort of noticed you, right? They're all sort of lounging, listening to the harp. One of them, you'll see one of them lounging, grabbing some sort of oblong sort of fruit, maybe some sort of grape or something like that, which on a clearer note you might notice might be a sort of a small egg. And as he about to open his mouth, there's a tongue that lashes out from a nearby noble, snatching it out from his hand. And with the satisfaction, the thief is going, sort of licks his lips. This sort of very lazy type of way.
Mm-hmm.
The king, however, without actually looking up from his book, says, "Have you no herald to announce your presence before King Gollop the 19th?" Slamming the book as to punctuate his question regarding you for the first time. The sleepy Bullywug guards that were sort of standing around nonchalantly immediately sort of strike up a pose, snapping to attention and readying their weapons.
Anna will take a small step forward and, while bowing to the king, standing back up, says, "Announcing King Tavaren Morning Runner, crowned monarch of the Witchlight Carnaval."
Monarchy. Again, a couple of the nobles sort of turn around. "Oh, of course. Well, step forward. I was not. Your visit was certainly not announced, but I take it as a pleasant surprise. As per the rules of hospitality, please, we will be amenable to any of your needs." And he sort of claps 3 times, and that retainer that you saw sort of steps behind a pillar and steps back out from the pillar, holding a tarnished silver platter with 4 cups onto it, and sort of passes along to each of you. Do you take the cups?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. As you let's see, Tavaren, because you're in. Can you roll me a d4, please?
Two.
Okay. That is actually perfect.
I agree.
Okay. This would be for Plum, I've just... wait. Okay. There we go. I sent you a message on the Discord.
So we're invited in, like probably
You
to
were-
sit on the.
There's a few. Yes, the area is. There are cushions all around.
Yeah.
You can see a few of the nobles sort of move about, but mostly stay where they are. As soon as you, Anna, sit, or I'm guessing, how do you order this? Does Tavaren step
I'll-
forward?
Yeah, I'll wait for Tavaren to
Yes.
move first. Of
Yes,
course.
I will look for a nice spot and I
Ysdred is
assume that there's
probably-
enough room for I'll look for a place where we can all sit together.
Okay. Anna, do you sit? Or do you stay standing?
The king's retainer was standing.
Yes.
I'll stay standing just a little bit behind, but next to Tavaren.
Okay. There's a moment where, so you stand next to Tavaren, who's sitting down. King Gallop in front. Their retainer sort of standing right, sort of next to you, and there's that it's the one with the sort of the dome monocle that you saw on the sort of looks at you with one eye, sort of looking up and down, going, almost sort of judging you at the fact that well, clearly some courts are better dressed than others. The rest of the nobles, as I mentioned, it's very sort of Regency, sort of not further back. I would say this would be early sort of Renaissance kind of clothing, so with a lot of silks and dentelle,
Lace.
but all of it is. The color has faded away. It's water stained. It's mud stained. It's algae stained. This looks very much like it would look almost like a parody of that kind of thing. But they seem to take it very seriously. Oh. Well, Liege Tavaren, what brings you to my humble court?
We are on our way to meet with the hag of this land.
Yes. The great Bavlorna.
Yes.
You notice that as he says that his hand sort of tense on the leather-bound book that he has on his lap.
Alright.
Yeah. Well. While I am sure that you have your reasons, Bavlorna does not receive any visit from anyone outside of the Soggy court.
Why not?
That is just how things are, and the rules that she has instigated here in Downfall.
how
Was that
often-
instigated during your rule or your predecessor?
Oh, very much one of my predecessors. Oh, yes. I have only been here on the throne for a small time. And I have been sure to uphold all traditions that from my elders, except for the unjust ones. Sort of looks around at the different nobles. Some of them sort of looking back at him, others sort of rolling their eyes, which for a frog can go quite far. I don't know. If you would meet with Bavlorna, that we would make you honorary members of the court, and I am sure that will help you access her In due time.
And how long would that take?
Oh, well, I would. The ceremony would be short. It would be done and can be done within the hour. You would not. You would just need to be properly garbed.
Tavaren, you receive a small, a discreet elbow point from Ysdred, like the birch,
Bridge?
the fly, the fly.
Why?
Oh, somebody hasn't read the summary, has they? Have they?
I mean,
Not the
I read
bridge,
it,
the brooch.
Brooch. The
The
brooch.
brooch.
Oh,
Fly
Brass
brooch.
brooch.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you're the one who took it.
You would have been the one to get it and at least, or at least hold it. So
I mean, was it- I don't
You've
remember.
for helping the what was his name again?
Oh yeah, you mentioned something on chat that
Yeah.
there was something that was
Yeah.
also added.
Duke
Yes,
Ikrint.
Duke Ikrint, yes.
Right.
Who was cleaning up the burnt down balloon factory, gave you a small brooch, basically to help you gain the trust of the king.
Right. Yes. I mean, I will probably like yes. I'll.
I think-
yes.
The I think as you're sort of muttering to yourselves, one of the nobles sort of whispers to Gollop's ear and says, actually, make me all a perception check to see if. Oh, and Ysdred, I
Yes?
can only see one eye of you.
Okay.
If you can
As in
just
you're turning the
we
fortune
can see
side.
your, that would be your left eye. So if just maybe move the camera a bit center yourself.
Okay.
if possible.
Okay, I think no, Tavaren, you
I'll
are
make the perception. No, not
Yeah?
persuasion. Perception.
perception.
And adjust.
Okay, perfect.
Actually, can I say something?
Yes.
While everyone is discussing amongst themselves that the court is also busy, can I try to discreetly, so not a subtle spell because I can't do that, but just not attracting too much attention on myself while I cast detect magic. Would that be possible? While everyone's a bit moving around, discussing.
Make me a stealth check.
Okay.
I don't think the DC is going to be very high. Okay. Yep. So
Anyways, the point is not to have no one notice that I've cast it. It's mostly not be threatening while I cast a spell. Is that no one thinks that I'm gonna cast a fireball in the middle of the thing.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
just
Oh man.
So I'll guess. So are you casting this with the spell or the ritual? 'Cause the ritual takes 10 minutes. Or are you
yeah.
or are you casting it directly with the spell slot?
I'll you know what? If I cast it ritually, I'll probably retreat a little bit away, excusing myself under any reason that might be acceptable. Like, I'm sorry, I'll go find a powder room or something like that and just excuse myself for 10 minutes, cast a spell, and then come back.
Well, considering that you're just I think that within 10 minutes, um, okay. No, I think that you could just probably just stand there for 10 minutes and just sort of ritually breathe and bring that. It's a longer
Okay.
process to bring
Yeah.
the energy up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Then I'll do it right there if it's not too invasive. But I don't think Anna's magic is draw circles on the floor kind of magic.
no. Besides, like I said, with the stealth check, you're good. Especially it's verbal somatic, so maybe you gesticulate a little bit.
It's probably mostly hand gestures and
Yeah.
and mumbling.
Let's see. I'll get back to you, Tavaren, in a second with that 19 on perception. But Anna, you would notice that apart from the general magical ambience of being in the Feywilds, you notice the small fly has a small sort of crafting enchantment so that the brooch keeps sort of fluttering its wings backwards and forwards. But you also notice that the book on King Gallup's lap is very much magical.
I assume that much, and it's mostly to confirm it that I cast a spell.
Actually, I'll say this. You from where you are, you can. No, with a 9 perception, I'm not going to give you that.
Okay.
We'll discover that later. But Tavaren, as you're listening, one of the retainers, one of the nobles, sort of steps up to King Gallup, and basically you can hear him, but he's muttering the same way that said, "My lord, would you not see this monarch arriving as the coincidence? Would you not think that he would be part of a plot to depose you?" Gallup goes, "Oh, that's an excellent point. The timing is of suspicion. Liege Tavaren, my fellow monarch colleague, you...
Liege? Seriously? Liege?
What's wrong with Liege?
Yeah, no, sorry. My bad. Yeah.
I was wondering, what were you...
No. Okay, my bad. My bad.
It says, Lord Liege, my colleague, Tavaren, tell me, do you, when you meet the hag, are you planning on staying long?
No, not at all, actually. We will probably be moving on shortly after that.
Oh, you are moving on. Oh, a traveling monarch. Yes, a traveling one. Well, you see, there. Yeah. Yes, I apologize, but we must be safe. You never... Of course. And you can see that immediately the smile comes back to King Gallup as realizing, oh, if you're saying that you're going away, then, well, that means that.
Of course. I mean, if you could expedite our meeting with the hag, I have a gift for you.
Oh, a gift? Yes. Immediately, wait, do frogs blink? Yes, they do.
And I'll produce the brooch.
Oh, Lord Ikrin's brooch. Oh, so you have his favor. Well. And he sort of, there's a side eye to the Lord who sort of put you in disfavor in a way. It says, there's a slanty side eye from King Gullop, now looking at his ally going, oh, well, if he was, how should I say, slandering a potential ally, is he really one of mine? And you can already see that he has a look to one of the guards. One of the guards just slightly nods and goes slower to the noble.
Uh-huh. Wonderful court, this, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, hey amigo. That's a joke for the Belgians. No, we can very well do that. Let's see. I need a name. Oh, Bluff, the retainer who has been sort of side-eyeing you, Anna, all this time, sort of snaps to attention with a soggy splat of feet. Bluff, please take our guests and have them properly attired for the ceremony. If they are to join the court, they should look the part.
Yes, very well.
Okay. Strangely enough, there's an entire part of the book that is all about how the players say no and the characters say no and what happens thereof. And okay. Bluff sort of takes you further sort of behind. Is it?
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be embarrassing clothing, but that's all the more fun.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you know what? Start thinking about it now because I'm going to have you describe what you look like.
Okay.
Oh god.
I want to see Tavaren, the tallest one among us, in Gollywork.
Oh,
Close.
it's gonna be a tank top. There's gonna be midriff, definitely. Right. You are instructed to. Let's see. There you go. No. Not skipping all of this. Yeah. So you are instructed basically to follow. I'm going to. Let's say that this one is. So the green spot. Basically, follow him.
All right.
So basically, you are sort of you step out from the and just are instructed to follow. We will see you soon. And the muttering, and he sort of reopens the book. And if you could see a frog sweat, this would be the perfect example. As he sort of goes and dabs his forehead, already damp with just the moisture in the air, damp again because he's a frog. You know, it's not slime, it's mucus. And a third time because the piece of lace that he's dabbing is already soaking wet in the first place. Yep, just keep following that. Here we go. So as you basically come up, you find a sort of a ramshackle hall built around a big tree. Two of the tree's limbs reach out through the walls like enormous welcoming arms. The interior of the hall is roomy, with an open floor plan that occupies the upper that allows occupants of the upper story to look out over the lower one. Bullywug courtiers crowd into the space, filling it with their gruttular croaks. The clothing is faded and stained with mud. As you are brought in, immediately there's the retainers claps 3 times, asking for the court couturier, and you see 2 female. Well, they would be gendered by their clothing, I guess. It's very difficult to determine the gender of a frog. But very much sort of courtesans with sort of high bustier, lace all over the place.
On a frog.
Yes, bustiers on a frog. I mean, there's an image somewhere of Kermit dressing up like Miss Piggy. Imagine that. Uh,
Oh god.
oh yeah, it exists. It exists.
I mean, technically, frogs and such like creatures are probably the best creatures to put in a corset because the wasp, the hourglass figure, they're gonna get it. They're so squishy.
Fair. Um, I guess it could. Some of them might actually just look like a tube with just the head of a frog on top and legs coming from underneath. Very much Muppet. But they sort of usher you inside into the cabins and starts basically a montage that maybe takes, I don't know, something of maybe half an hour. Where you are brought behind a screen, you are brought all of these different clothes and purpose. It's nothing less than a montage. Let's put it that way, right? So as you step out, I would actually ask you, starting with Tavaren. All this time, you are going in the cabin, coming out with different dress and whatnot, and all this time with all this activity in this montage, right? Everything is sped up, but the retainer is immobile. He is the one piece that does not move during this whole thing. Right? So as the he is the one waiting in the waiting room. The two courtesans sort of bow to him. Said, we will present the new members to be of the Soggy Court. Starting with Sir Tavaren. And you are behind the screen. There is another. Well, the second courtesan basically goes up to you, Tavaren, and just pushes you out in front of the gallery. What do you look like?
So Tavaren is, I'm guessing all the clothing is indeed bullywug sized.
Bullywugs are of different sizes, so we can extrapolate. But then again, it is your imagination. Go ahead.
None of them are 7 feet tall.
Fair enough.
Tavaren comes out wearing indeed what is basically a crop top, and then a skirt, but that's also like more a mini skirt than a.
It goes down to the knee, yeah.
Yes, basically. But it's very freely, like it's supposed to be a very freely dressed, but it's just goes to just above the knees and. And then there's like a pretty pin, definitely in the hair as well. And
there's, as you step out in this, there's definitely a few swoons that happen because you
like
realize that
tiara is better.
A tiara, yeah, a tiara. There's definitely a few in the court that, as they notice that you are showing a lot of leg, which for frogs.
Hey, at least I'm the right color.
Oh, absolutely. But there's definitely scandalous, and there's a murmuration that goes. Well, there's a murmur. Murmuration is something different. There's definitely a murmur going about, and you can see one or two of the. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Make me a charisma roll.
Okay. Just flat charisma.
Yeah, just flat charisma.
All right.
Or if you have it, performance.
And that doesn't change anything, so.
Okay.
15.
15. 15.
Hell yeah.
Not bad at all. So yes, you have 3 of these courtesans that and just sort of fade into the arms of the others. You hear maybe one male bullywug say, "No, dearie, do not croak on me," and just sort of ushers them out. Sorry, I had to place it there. Who would be next? I think let's go for Plum. I think Plum, you are sort of grabbed and pushed. Remember, the bullywugs are, well, there would be medium size, right? To your small. However, I will say this: Did you notice on the picture that the King Gullop had a familiar little crocodile? Okay, I leave that with you then.
You see that Plum is super anxious, not feeling at his ease, and he's looking like, while getting pushed, he's looking at everyone with like those little puppy eyes, like, help me, while getting dragged in.
Okay. And so, what do you look like?
While I'm getting pushed out, it's gonna be like those short, poofy pants with long white socks, with those little with little slippers at the same time, with a little poofy shirt with a little collar around the neck, and with a little surcoat at the same time, with a little hat with a little half-soaked plume.
Yeah,
with a little brooch.
it just hangs on top of the side.
It hangs like that, and
It's
you have
actually, I would say it's not a feather. It's just seaweed that's cut to look like a feather.
Yeah, and after that you have like little gloves that normally used to be white, but has like little spots on because, well, it's Soggy and all that, and that's it.
But you have 2 fingers in each because Bullywug only have 3 fingers.
Exactly.
I like it. Okay. Yes, we are going to need to commission art. So if anybody who is watching this, if you know somebody or you are you're good with a pen and quill, contact us. We want images of these. Let's see who's to go next. Anna, Ysdred?
I mean, I can.
Okay, go for Anna.
So after a bit of rummaging behind and shaking behind the panel, Anna comes out in the main shades of the court will probably be greens or
Greenish.
Greenish. Okay.
No, it'd be any color but with a tint of greenish.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. A Disney villain yellow gown, like the yellow, but just with the tint of green that makes it a bit weird and sickly and just gives a Disney villain basically. Okay. The skirt, I mean, they found the longest skirt they had, probably. So it cuts at a very weird length, just below the knee, but at an awkward length.
Is it one of those with the basket skirts?
Yeah. It's and you see the underpinnings underneath, so you see the lace of the skirts underneath it, and they can't sit right because Anna's waist is actually probably smaller than the average Gullywog. And so she had to put it. She had to put a belt over it so that they actually would stay in place.
Okay.
However, the top, because it's a 2-piece dress, but that's in 2 pieces, will be that those stays like situation. So not exactly a corset, but a little bit earlier. But you're gonna have a midriff moment happening because, again, those are the longest they could find, but they're just not long enough to get to the skirt part. So you're going to have awkward pinching midriff moments happening. And we're very lucky that Anna doesn't have any type of fuller bosom, because it would definitely be a pigeoning moment otherwise.
It feels to me that Anna looks like she's in some sort of. She's in her aunt's clothing. You know that kind of thing. It's much too ample in some way, in some areas. Too tight. Well, not tight enough in others. Oop, we lost your camera, Anna. Oh, there we go. We're good.
Okay.
Okay.
The poofy skirt and sleeves are just hitting, but mid-arm. So not again. It's awkward. It's not long enough. It's weird. And they tried to do something with her hair, which she very quickly shut down. So she probably just has half a cap.
Which is basically there's a cap with a sort of lotus flower at the top.
Yeah, but Anav made sure that they didn't touch her ponytail because of glint that's in her hair. So
a glint pretty much at some point just said, "You don't step one step closer and you'll get it." To which, definitely there's and seeing glint, of course, one of the courtesans just went,
no.
Lastly, Ysdred, are you pushed out, or do you or are you? How does that happen?
With a bit of mayhem, probably, because she wouldn't agree to take anything off, only to add things upon.
Okay.
So when she comes out, there's a mass, like it's a small hill of dark clothes that went on top on what she's already wearing.
Okay.
With a big ruff, like the biggest ruff you could ever see around her neck, but her head is still floating above it.
I love the fact that the only person among you four that decided to go for a ruff is the one that does not have a neck. You disappoint me. You are all a disappointment in this point in time. Go ahead, Ysdred.
So yeah, it's a small blackish hill with a big ruff and a floating head. Basically, so she draped everything around because it's Saint-Saëns, it's dragging along, so she put some over her shoulder and everything, and at some point she said, I'll go like that.
I can imagine those Renaissance Spanish paintings where they're all very much in black, you know, the very conservative, with the huge ruffle, the ruffle of course being almost green. You can see that there's moss and lichen that sort of has started growing within the whole thing. I think that Tavaren very much in that. You mentioned a tiara, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so I am sort of green gems, but but they don't sparkle anymore. The sort of rough around the edges. The whatever metal that was used was most likely plated, and so you can see the the lead or the iron underneath. They look like all of these items were picked up after a shipwreck, right? From the water. Everything is waterlogged, and even you can feel that the clothing weighs upon you as everything is soaked in a way. But yes, you are presentable, and you have here half the court sort of applauding and bowing and sort of generally pleased with your appearance. The retainer. Yes. Now that you are properly dressed, it is my esteemed honor to present to the four of you the honor of being members of the Soggy Court, titled a title soon to come. Still to be determined according to the logs. We will be checking. We will be checking the logs to see if there is any denomination that would be suitable for the four of you. In the meantime, you are free to wander around, and should you decide to speak to Lady Bavlona, please, the king has instructed me to instruct you to see him before doing so. And
Very
sort
well.
of bows. And
Thank you.
when I say he bows, as in it's 90 degrees. His head and back and buttocks are just flat to the flat, and his legs are.
Yeah. The cliché bow.
Yes, but a cliche bow that I don't think a human could be able to do. So, now that you are bedecked and bedazzled in the local accoutrements, what do you do?
The first thing Anna is going to do is look at herself, look at the others, have a good laugh, and use prestidigitation to actually at least dry the clothing.
Scandal. I think there's a couturist looking and going, huh, interesting. I had not thought of that.
Anyone wants a hand?
Oh yes, please. Like it's like it's heavy enough without it being wet.
I don't mind.
Absolutely.
You're wearing nothing.
He's wearing pretty much the same amount of clothing as the rest of you. It's just
It's smaller on me.
Yep.
I'm not judging, like. But
Look at these puffy skirts. That's a bit small on me, but
I do not like this. Why did I say yes?
yeah. I think Plum, you are definitely. I mean, wait. How much strength did you have?
18.
18. Yeah. I mean, you've.
I
You've got enough
think
strength
there's-
to handle, but you're definitely going. Meh, 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 meh.
I think there is one thing I would refuse is to put my shirt off. That's the only thing I would have refused to put off.
Oh, they are more than happy to just pile things on top of you.
Yes. Looks a bit around. Are we alone for the moment? No listeners.
You are definitely not alone. There's roughly maybe 50 to 60 courtiers that are each sort of talking to each other, coming up, maybe introducing themselves, and to you, maybe sort of eyeing you up and down. There's murmurs of. You can see that they're unsure as to whether your status as members of the court, but strangers, means that they can include you in any sort of politics or intrigue that this Bullywug court has. And so you're a bit those newcomers where nobody's really sure who they are and what to do with them.
We're floating around.
Yeah, kind of.
I'll give a little sign to everyone, and it's like, can everyone come a bit closer to? I need to tell something to, but I really give a sign of like, I don't want anyone to hear this because it is a bit weird.
I crouch down to your level.
I'm afraid if I come too close, I'll suffocate you.
Yes. So, well, I do this like really low voice, trying not so that nobody can lip read or whatever, because you never know at the court.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I received in my drink a note, and it said something about finding Illig, the Baron of Mugstump. The revolution lives. That's what I found. It was something that I wanted to share. That apparently there is a revolution at the same time with the Baron of Muckstump. Apparently,
Okay. That's just another. That's a try to get us
Yes.
into the court politics.
Let's try to keep out of the politics if we can.
Yeah, at least for now.
Unless this is going to take way too long, like if they're now going to keep us in this
look.
little...
With all due respect, I am no nobility. I am from the circus. If you say that I just share information, you say no politics, I follow you guys. That is, you guys are a bit more smarter in these things, but I prefer to give all the things at the same time, so at least we are correctly informed also.
Yes, and I think it's good to keep in the back of our heads, in case that there is... If this is going to take too long, then maybe a revolution might be in order, but if we can do this without causing a whole, revolution, then that might be better.
Yeah.
I agree.
In other news, the King's book is definitely magical.
Okay. Is it like a spell book? Is the king a wizard?
I mean, usually cruelty is passing down tokens. So it might be a token of their power, something helping them rule.
Okay.
Or it is a gift from our little a way to contact her maybe, or to do some sort of invocation. I don't know.
Could be. But the king wanted an audience with us anyway, so...
On another note, can we know what's over here? That's a big gator.
Yes. So at the front of the palace are two bullywug soldiers, and with the crocodile basically guarding the front.
Okay, so that's the entrance to the palace?
Yes. Let me just wait. Give me a second. Let me see if I can do this correctly this time. Explorable darkness, reveal. Let's see. Do you see this?
There's a square that's...
Yeah.
So basically, that is the space that the palace occupies. As for this, there we go. If you want to have a look at right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So that is the palace. Also, if is anybody listening to the rumors or stuff like that?
Yeah.
Why
not?
Definitely.
Okay.
Why not?
I think that yeah, sure. Make me a charisma. Oh no, this would be wisdom, right? Your choice, wisdom or charisma. As in, either you're trying to perceive or you're trying to talk about rumors.
Saving throw?
No, just a check.
Okay.
Can I help someone with that? To assist them?
Sure. Okay. Oh, Ysdred. People are
That's
chat.
a naughty 20, yes.
Yeah.
I'll assist our monarch to whatever
Okay.
role he needs. I
And I'll
have a
go
9 charisma. That's
on
not
my
gonna help.
side.
Well, I'm going for wisdom anyway, because
Yeah.
I'm also much better at that. That's a dirty 20 as well.
Okay. Nice.
And I'll roll everything up with a 14 charisma.
Good. Let's say a couple of rumors that you might have heard. Going back here. Yes, there's a lot of the talk is about the recent a recent prisoner having escaped, which you know something about. Shatalavar?
Was that from here? Huh?
Yes. And there is mention that not only was he helped by one of the knights of the Soggy court in escaping, but another co-conspirator is currently captured and awaits trial. And actually, with two dirty 20s, I will say also you also hear of a visit of, there behind the prison, there is an other dock, and at that dock is a sort of a gondola, but it's instead of a balloon, it's actually a rain cloud, sort of rain cloud balloon. There are visitors that have come from one of Bavlorna's sisters. I believe they are from hither. Wait, no, we are in hither, so it would be thither. That's gonna be fun to say. Wait. You know what? I've mentioned them all. No, this.
He's a, there's the main girls, yes.
I just want to check. Are they from? For crying.
Titter or yawn?
I believe
Yon.
they're from Yon. I will have to check. I believe they are from Yon. Yeah. Sorry, lack of preparation. But I'll. You know what? I'll have a look during the break and I'll give it. But let's say for now that yes, there are visitors from Yon. A couple of darklings that have come by, and some of them are actually merchants. Yes, so the Moongrave, that is. I can confirm that they are indeed from Yon. Yes.
Do we know if 19th was already king for the knight's escape?
Yes.
Or was that the previous king?
No. That was Golub the 19th was very much the king when Tavalar escaped, because that is what is basically what the talking heads were saying, right? Is that, oh, he let a prisoner escape, haha, he should be deposed immediately.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and actually you would be on that dirty 20, you would know that following the path, you can see there's a path that goes to the palace. There's another one sort of leads east. That one will lead you to the prisoner and to the VIP dock where the Darklings have moored their balloon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I think
Duck.
A VIP
The
dock.
VIP duck, like as if it was like some great commercial area.
I mean, could be. So, what do you want to do?
Well, we are supposed to meet the king. I think. I think he asked for an audience. But do we want to do something before we do that?
I am curious about that rain balloon, if I have to be honest.
I am not really keen on exploring the intrigues of that court, especially now that we kinda are part of it, and it seems like people are losing heads quite easily here.
Mostly the kings, though, right?
Apparently not only.
I am also curious as to what those merchants are selling, and who the person is that helped the prisoner escape. If it's someone worth helping on our part, let's see.
Well, we could go to prisoner and then to merchant before we go to king. No.
Right. Sure. It may be rude to keep the king waiting.
I am stranger to protocols in these things, so I'll follow your lead.
Let's go see the king.
Yes.
But if he proposes to have the meeting with Bavlorna immediately,
I don't think he will.
no, but we can delay by saying that we would like to have a gift for her
Yes.
before the audience.
But I think we should still press him that we want to do it quickly, because I think he
Yes.
will still want to stall us as long as he can.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't even want us to go there.
I mean, apparently the audience will happen here, but if he's not comfortable, we could find another place to hold the audience.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I don't think it's gonna happen
Yeah.
very quickly, unless we really push for it. So yes, let's go see the king first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? On that note, let's take our break here. Okay, a bit early, but it's a good place to put in a stop, and then
Sure.
we'll see for the rest. Right. So for my players, you know the drill. Go get something to drink. Go get something to eat. Stretch yourselves out. And for those watching, we will see you next week for the second part of this session. So see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.